Hello friends, good evening. Today I am coming up with one more interesting application from our own Odoo Community Association, that is payment term extension, which is available on almost all the versions. And the purpose and objective of introducing this particular application to add more payment terms with more flexibility, like we have currently some options which is giving only days after invoice, days after next month, or days after end of month. But with this module I can change the master's configuration with these many options. So let's jump into our practical approach where we can understand how this module works. So I am on my Odoo where I have created extended payment terms after installing this module, and here you can see more options are available with this application. Like these are the standard one: days after invoice, days after end of month, days after end of month, and so on. And here weeks after invoice date, weeks after end of month, and weeks after end of next month. These are added with this module. And again, I can also have percentage untax amount to fill up to match the days with this particular module. And a beautiful part is, if any public holiday comes and if it is falling over here in terms of configuration, then the payment date will be carried forward with this particular postponed date. So if my holiday is 2nd October, and if according to this term, if the payment date is following on 2nd October, it will be automatically take to the next available date according to my configuration. So over here, once we install this particular module, then Odoo will give the choice over here in terms of payment terms delay types. And these delay types can be measured in days, days and months, days, weeks and months. So let's say if I select days, week and month, and I'm saving this particular options over here in master, and then in payment terms, now you can see the options of weeks and months along with days. So days are the default which is coming, but weeks and months will be added. So let's see how it works. So over here we also get sequence lines which will be sequential our entire payment. So if I enable that and I want to separate out my payment with 25% each, and I want to select like 1 month after invoice date. So if let's say I am on 8 September, then 1 month will be 8 October will be first installment. And then after that, if I choose weeks after invoice date, then it will automatically pick the next 2 weeks after the first due date. So this is the very beautifully done with this module. If I say days after invoice date, then what it does, it will directly do 2 days after that. So let's say if I'm doing days after invoice date, then you can see 9/9 and 11/9. That is by default Odoo is giving. But with this module, if I select month and then second option is days after invoice date, then it will take the following date after first due date. So you can see 8 October after 1 month according to this option, and then second option will be 10th October, means 2 days after invoice date, means not invoice date, means previous day. Then let's say I am doing this, and then rest 50% I will say again 10 days. So it will come automatically 28th October. So you see the first, second and third installment all are combined from one another. So one is 1 month after invoice date from today that is coming. So let's say if we are creating any invoice, and then if we go here, then you see the immediate payment will create like this. But if I say extended payment, then you can see the 5th October from 5th September, that is exactly 1 month, and after that 2 days, and after that 10 days. So you can see entire payment terms has been settled down like this. So with this module you can see the impact of payment terms with extended payment terms. Now let's set up something like this. I am setting up maybe 3 weeks, and then I'm setting 3 days. So 2nd October is my 3 days payment term, and then 12th is after 10 days. So let's see how it works. So you can see automatically system has changed it to 6 October because of my holiday postponed date. So very beautifully this module is designed with consideration of even public holidays. So your payment term will be redefined from 2nd October plus whatever given is 6 October, and then 10 more days after that. So this is how system will react immediately the configuration based on separate payment terms. So this module is very useful for many businesses to even define extended payment terms with days, weeks, and months, and then following the entire logic of setting up the days after looking at this particular setup. So this is another option which is added by payment days, which is coming up with this particular module. Even if I define 3 weeks, but if I say 20 is the payment date, then this rule will not be respected, and every payment term from this payment will be settled directly on 20 of the month, like 20th October, which is coming after this particular setup, and then it will set 20 October as my final payment day, and then 23rd is after 3 days, and then again 10 days to that particular date. So this payment day will give you an option to fix the day of the payment which customer or vendor is following, or you are following to your vendor, or your customer is following it with you. So this payment day is again an important aspect of keeping the days of the payment which is fixed to a day according to customer choice or vendor choice with your extended payment terms. So these particular options are now available with a free OCA module. Over here, payment term extension. I will share this link with my video description, which you can download and install and enjoy setting up a new ways to define your payment terms. Hope this will help many accountant, functional consultant, and end user. If you want any more customization or options based on this particular setup, please reach out to me on my LinkedIn or YouTube or email. Thank you guys. Good day.